Hello everyone, I'm Kim and welcome to my channel Stash Stitcher. This week's been a bit of a strange one because I'm supposed to be showing you my V2000 wrap dress, and I've been working diligently on the video and I've been recording everything as I've been going along, but I hit a bit of a problem because when I traced out, well, first of all I cut around all the original paper pieces, so you know this paper pattern you get here, I usually cut around it, then I trace off my size, and I also go through this process of making sure that I have actually got all of the pattern pieces before I cut my fabric out, and I make a note of it on my project sheets. I've got all the pattern pieces I know that I need to cut fabric from and how many pieces of fabric I need to cut. So as I was working my way through the list, I found out that I have lost one of the pieces, and I looked everywhere in my sewing, I can't find it, and I need it. I need it. So I need it to finish the dress. So I have been working on the dress, bits that I can, but because I haven't been able to find it, and I was hoping that it would turn up through just moving stuff around and working, but it hasn't. So I think that pattern piece is in my recycling bin. So basically when I cut out my patterns and I trace off, there's lots of paper flying around, and I usually put all of my scraps into a specific bin that I just use for paper, and I know it's probably in there scrunched up into a ball, and I need to go through that bin and just unravel it all and just find that one pattern piece. But I don't want to do it because it's going to take me forever. But now I've come to the stage where I've got no choice, I have to do it. So that's the reason why I'm not showing you the wrap dress just yet. It will be coming within the next couple of days, I promise you. But I thought I don't really want to go too long without posting a video. So I found a hashtag called 20 sewing questions, and a few of the sewists in the community have already picked up on this hashtag, and I thought it was a great way of just going through lots of questions and learning quite a bit about other sewists. So I thought I would do that in the interim, and also I'm going to announce the winner of the £30 cash prize that you all entered, and the deadline has now closed, so it's sort of hit its deadline, so the competition is closed, and I'm going to run a spinny wheel thing so you can see who the winner is, so that'll be a little bit further along in the video. So the 20 questions. Now this hashtag was created by Annette from Sewing in Michigan. So I'm going to start off, I'm just going to work through the questions really quickly. Just going to be a quick response to each of them. So the first one is, how do you feel about using a new pattern? So when I read it first of all, I thought a new pattern to me is basically a pattern that might already be in my stash which I haven't used, or it could be one that I've just purchased. So I do get excited about using a new pattern, but I also know that it will lead on to me having to trace that pattern off, and I just find that process quite long-winded, so I have to really be excited about that pattern before I put myself through the process of, you know, tracing out the pattern. So question number one. Question number two, do you remake and mend? I do remake all the time. If I find a pattern I really like, and especially if I haven't got this, you know, the fit perfectly, I will remake it at least 3 times until I get a perfect fit. You, my subscribers who watch me frequently, know I absolutely love the C4 pants and the shirt, the B6747, and I have made those over and over and over again, and they are quite stable garments in my wardrobe, and I've got the sizing really well on all of those, so I will remake them quite a lot. Mend, I don't mend a lot. Usually I don't really have garments that need mending. If something needs mending, it usually means it's got to the end of its life because it's starting to fall to bits. So in that respect, what I would do is I would probably cut it up and use it for something else. So I wouldn't mend it, I would just repurpose it. 3, do you make toiles mock-ups? I do make toiles. I do like to make a toile, and I will usually make a toile in calico. So I will trace off my paper pattern, make a mock-up in calico muslin, and test the pattern out. I don't normally make it up in fabric because I feel I don't really want to waste fabric in making a toile, so I will make it in calico first of all to get that fit, and then I will cut into precious fabric. 4, how do you feel about pre-washing fabrics? It's a must. Every time I get a piece of fabric into my sewing room, the first thing I do is I will take a little snippet out of the corner for my fabric index box, and then as soon as I've done that, I will overlock the ends, and then it will hit the washing machine and tumble dry, and I will normally wash it at the temperature that everything goes in our washing. So I will usually wash it at 40 degrees because my husband puts everything on 40. I will normally put everything on 30. So I just feel that if he's going to wash it, I need to hit it at that higher temperature. And then also I will tumble dry it as well, because majority of things, especially here in the UK through the autumn and winter months, because it is so wet here, a lot of our clothing will get tumble dried. So I will put it through the washing machine at 40 and the tumble dry on a normal tumble dry, but definitely always pre-wash. Do you finish seams, and how? Number 5. I do finish seams. I overlock everything, but if it's a seam that's going to be on show, like for instance on a jean jacket, I will do some sort of binding or felt seam, or if I'm using a really silky fabric, I will French seam. So depending on the fabric and the garment, I will change the finishing seams, but majority of the time I will just overlock. Number 6, what is your favourite sewing activity? I do spend a ridiculous amount of time looking at fabric online. I dream about fabric, and I think I've got worse this year because I do have quite a big fabric stash, and I'm trying to be good and not buy any, and keep it below a certain number, but every so often I will go off because I just need to buy fabric. But yeah, I think we're all a bit like that. Number 7, your least favourite sewing activity. My least favourite is probably hemming. I hate hemming, and I will try to, when I'm making up a garment, I will try to hem it so it's not the last thing in the garment, you know, construction. So I will try to make sure that the hemming is not the last thing, because I will put it off and put it off and put it off. So I do try to do the hemming bit before, like say for instance on a shirt, I will hem the shirt before I put the sleeves in. So I know once I've done the sleeves, I haven't got to do any hemming. 8, stash fabric or new fabric? Either. I'm not really too bothered. Usually I absolutely love the fabric I've got in my stash, and I have some beautiful fabrics, and I will try to use it. In the past I did get into a habit of seeing them as too precious to make anything out of, and then I would buy new fabric in. So I've actually become a little bit better at using my stash. So I do like new fabric. I like getting it. I like the buzz of opening it, you know. but I'm trying to be good. 9, are pockets a must? If there are pockets, I will always put them in. I do like a dress with a pocket because I find I'm more inclined to look for a pocket in a dress. Not so much trousers. I mean, if the trousers come with pockets, then yeah, okay. But I do like a pocket, I must admit. I haven't intentionally put pockets into a garment if they haven't been part of the garment construction. So yeah, 9 times out of 10, yes. 10, knits or wovens? Definitely wovens. I love wovens, though this year I've got a bit more into making a few sweatshirts and stretch garments, and I quite like them, but probably 90% of my sewing is woven fabric. 11, favourite fasteners or no fasteners? I do quite like using my green machine and using snap poppers. Yeah, I do quite like using that because I think sometimes the snap poppers are just so secure, and I have replaced buttons that are on the back of my blouses because I just find them so fiddly that I will swap those out for a popper because I can just pop them and do them up myself, no problem at all. And I do like buttons. There's some beautiful buttons out there, and I do try to use some really nice buttons if they're available, and I do have quite a few buttons in my stash as well. Number 12, sewing for self or others. I do like sewing for myself a lot, but I don't mind sewing for my husband, and I do like making things like cosmetic bags and all that for my daughter and my girlfriends. Yeah, a little bit of a mix, but a good 90% for myself. I do like sewing for me. Number 13, YouTube or Instagram? Well, I'm definitely a YouTuber. I watch a lot of YouTube. I do go on Instagram quite a bit, but I'm terrible at posting my stuff on Instagram, and I know I probably need to do that more, get into that habit more, but I'm not very good at it. 14, dresses or separates? Separates. I love a shirt and I love a pair of trousers, and I love blouses, and though I'm making a dress at the moment, I'm quite excited about this dress, and I think I need to make more of them. And I think coming into this autumn winter period, I'm trying to maybe make a few dresses that I can wear with, you know, heavier denim tights and boots. So trying to steer a little bit away from my comfort zone of making shirts and trousers. 15, how do you get rid of or pass on me-mades? I will generally take them to charity shop. If they're still in pretty good nick, I will take them to a charity shop. Just like the woven wrap dress I made a few videos back, definitely take that to a charity shop. That's a really good, you know, nice garment, nothing wrong with it. It's just too small for me, so hopefully somebody else will benefit from it. But I wouldn't take anything to a charity shop that was falling to bits. So yeah, definitely charity shop. 16, quick sew or involved sew? I do like an involved sew. I like really getting into the nitty gritty of sewing, and I like detail, and I like construction and fitting. I like to have to think about how a garment is all brought together, and I love it. And I do find that when I'm doing a more involved sew, I learn a lot from the first make, and then I will go on and make a few more. I've made the tennis jacket a few times, and it's one of my favourite jackets, and I'm itching to make another one for winter. I just like all of just really getting into it, getting my teeth into something like that. 17, social or solitary? Oh, but this is hard because I am a solitary sewer, but I so desperately try to get involved in socials, a lot of online socials, and there aren't that many in-person socials around me, though I will travel to one, but I am quite shy. I am quite shy and I do feel a bit awkward sometimes, but I need to sort of get myself out there a bit more and socialise, because I do like being around other sewists. I just love the banter and the chat. 18, do you have a dedicated space? Yes, I do, and I have crammed it full of stuff. I've only been in this room for about 5 years and I absolutely love it because I work from home. Any spare moment I get in between clients, I will come up here and I'll just play, even if it's just doing a bit of admin or sorting things out. I love it. This is my little bit of heaven in this room. And when my husband's watching sport, and he watches a lot of sport, it's a great excuse for me to come up here and just get lost in my space. I love it. 19, label or no label? I have got into labels this year. I have been trying to incorporate them into my garments, and I do find I do get pleasure out of them when I'm sort of ironing my clothes and I see a little label with a funny little logo or a comment on it. It does make me smile, so I do like labels. 20, percentage of me-made to retail ready to wear. I think I make probably about 90% of my clothes. The only things I don't make are underwear. I'd like to have a go at that, and I keep meaning to get into bra making. I have dabbled in the past unsuccessfully, so I know I need to maybe spend a bit more time on that. I haven't made a coat. Don't think I've made a coat, no. And I've only made jackets. I haven't made a coat, so I'd like to get into making a coat. Yeah. So everything else I make. So those are my 20 questions. That was pretty quick. So hopefully you've learned a little bit more about me. And go and look at the other sewists doing this hashtag, because you do learn a lot from what they actually enjoy doing in their sewing activity. So the other thing I need to do this week is I need to also share the winner of the competition that I ran. So I started, I think I opened it up on the 20th of August. I set a deadline the 27th of August, and the question was set is what are the two names of my dolls up here, and it was Doris and Daisy. And those of you that answered were put into a spinning wheel, and I'm going to run the spinning wheel so you can see the winner. So if you see your name pop up, please get in touch. I put my email in the description below. Just make contact with me, and I will ask for your bank details so I can then transfer the £30 pound sterling to you, so you have a cash amount and you can go and spend it on whatever you want, whether it's sewing related or not. And congratulations. So I'm going to spin the wheel now. Right, so the winner is Julie Lee's 6419. So Julie, hopefully you see this video, and please get in touch and we will do the transfer. Congratulations. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, but do keep an eye open for the V2000 wrap dress, because that will be coming soon. And I've gone into great detail about this dress, not just the pattern, but also the making up of it. And hopefully you will enjoy that. So I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.